Our favorite thing at Christmas is Christmas Eve, opening gifts and going to my mom's and eating hot tamales. That's a strange tradition for Christmas, but that's what we like. That's what we look forward to, spending time with our family.
Yeah.
Funniest one was Megan got this new karaoke machine, and it was our year to have it at our house, and it was also a Sunday morning, so we decided to scratch church and play the karaoke machine. And we got busted by Michael Lynn, who came by to borrow something, and we were also in our pajamas.
We were going out of town, and so it was okay for us not to be going there. And our new tradition that we are starting will be writing letters to our children, and this year will be Edie, and I know
we'll stick in their stocking.
She'll wake up, and we'll read it to her this year, but you know,
she'll have one for every year until she's 18 and moves out.
And when she's old enough to read, she'll start reading on her own, and
that's it.
Is this the way that we want to be?
It's fine with me.
My favorite Christmas memory is every year we get together with my family, and we go out in the backyard and we have a big cream puff war. And so far I've won every year. That may be an exaggeration, but oh well. So anyway, that's what Christmas is all about, right?
My greatest memory, I believe, is anyway, I was standing there, I was on my treadmill walking, and around the corner walked Slade. And of course I just spazzed out, and I was really, really excited. And then Newly did almost the same thing the very next year or the year after that. I wasn't expecting him home, and he just came knocking on the door one day. And so those are really my two fondest memories.
Kim had to have a real tree, so her daddy made us go to every lot in Beaumont, one at a time, and then we'd go back and find the one that we really wanted and get the Christmas tree that she wanted. And really, I picked it out. They just didn't know it. I'd just say, come on over here, see this one, it's pretty. And they thought they picked it out, but they didn't. I really did. But anyway, that was fun, because we had always had fun doing it.
Guess what? When your daddy was a little boy and Uncle Michael was a little boy, you know what they do every Christmas?
What?
Get under the Christmas tree. From the time they were babies till last year, I took a picture of them every year under the Christmas tree. Isn't that cool? Say yes, Nana.
Yes, ma'am. Every Christmas, my parents tell me that they're not going to spend a lot of money on me and my brother. But every Christmas, we end up with everything we wanted and more, and they end up spending a lot more money than they said they were.
What about this year?
This year? Probably so. She said she's going to spend like $100, but then she told me I could get an iPod on Black Friday. So that's more than $100.
My favorite Christmas memory is with my lovely wife, Patsy. And we started a tradition 17 years ago that we would get a Christmas tree ornament every year, and it'd be something special dedicating that year, and we'd put it on the tree, and that's it.
Our Baker family tradition was to gather around Pawpaw Baker the night before Christmas. He would read us the Christmas story. All us nieces, nephews, cousins would gather around and gaze into his wondrous eyes, just wishing we could be there during that story. Well, that night as we would go to bed, we swear we could hear the pitter-patter of Santa's reindeer on the roof. And then as we drifted off to sleep, we would wake up suddenly to a crash. And we would come in, and there would be presents all under the tree. Oh, gingerbread cookies would be scattered all over the floor, as if Santa had just rolled around in the gingerbread cookies, and eggnog splattered all over the walls. It's wonderful, but that was our Baker family tradition. That was totally ad-lib.
Yeah, he didn't remember. That's awesome.
Every year, me and my family, we usually celebrate Christmas on Christmas Eve, and we always build a bonfire and just listen to Christmas music and open presents and eat and all the good stuff.
My favorite Christmas moment was having my brother lift me up in the attic to look for presents, and I fell through the bathroom ceiling. Try to explain that to your parents.
The thing we remember most from Christmases growing up
was that every year, it never failed, our brother would wake us up at the crack of dawn, and my mom would have to go wake up our dad.
and he would take forever to get ready to go down the hallway. We don't really know what all he did, but it took a long time, whatever it was.
He would brush his teeth, comb his hair, I guess use the bathroom.
Meanwhile, we were waiting.
We had a very long hallway, and we would sit and wait and wait.
And then finally, he would come out, and he would go and turn on the light.
Oh yeah, he would have to go make sure that Santa did come. He would make us wait, and we would sit down there, I mean literally about to bust a gut.
And then
finally we'd get to go. And we would go full blast. So now we know as adults that he probably knew exactly what he was doing, and we'll have to start doing that to our children.
That's right.
To make them suffer like we did.
It means more about God when he was born and how he died for us and stuff, and we get to learn about him in church.
One of my favorite memories that I remember the most is when my grandfather had passed away one time. My grandmother wouldn't get rid of his clothes, and so we had told her that somebody's house had burnt down, and we needed his clothes to give to this man that was about his size and everything, and we took it and had a quilt made, and whenever she opened it up, she noticed that it was all of his clothes made into a quilt, so that was really special for me. So.
My favorite memory was about whenever I was 5. We were halfway through unwrapping presents, and I unwrapped my first bag. She was riding it down around the house, and we saw something in our fireplace. It was white, so we got a closer look, and it was like britches in our fireplace.
Santa Claus britches.
Oh, I know what it was. I remember one Christmas, I can't remember what year it was, and I walked out, and under the Christmas tree there was a bunch of presents.
My favorite thing about Christmas is helping my dad do Christmas lights.
My most favorite thing about Christmas is getting to put up Christmas lights.
That's so mean.
It didn't happen. He never puts up Christmas lights.
He never hangs Christmas lights.
Are you gonna turn it off?
No. Do you like taking her to the hospital after she's doing the Christmas lights?
That's my most favorite memory. Is when we had to take her to the emergency room.
Yeah, to go to the emergency room and everything, so it wasn't very fun.
And my dear husband thought it was silly that I wanted to go to the emergency room.
After she's right.
So sweet and caring and loving.
You better run.